Brake service mode, also called bleed mode, is a special setting in your Dodge Ram 1500 Rebel 2 from 2019 to present that's essential for brake work. It temporarily disables sensors in the ABS and ESC systems. This prevents error codes and false alarms during brake fluid bleeding, caliper replacement, or rotor servicing. Without service mode, the Ram's computer might detect air in the brake lines during bleeding or other changes and trigger warning lights or error codes. Service mode isolates the brake ECU, allowing safe maintenance, and prevents issues like the P0500 error code for brake pressure sensor malfunction. Always use service mode for brake work to avoid problems. To enable brake service mode manually on the Dodge Ram 1500 Rebel 2, start with vehicle preparation. Ensure the vehicle is in park, the engine is off, and the parking brake is engaged. Next, turn the ignition to the on position without starting the engine. Depress the brake pedal fully several times, typically 5 to 10 times, to cycle the brake system. Now perform the specific service mode sequence. Turn the key to on, pump the brake pedal 5 times, then hold the pedal down while turning the key to off. Repeat this entire sequence 3 times, then turn the key back to on. Service mode should now activate, indicated by a dashboard chime or the ABS light flashing. Gather your tools, whether using the manual method or a scanner. You'll need brake fluid, a bleeder kit with tubing and a container, wrenches for the bleeder screws, and possibly a vacuum pump for easier bleeding. If using an OBD2 scanner, make sure it's compatible with your Ram 1500 Rebel 2. Once service mode is active, begin by preparing your workspace. Ensure the vehicle is securely supported on jack stands and gather all necessary tools, including bleeders, fresh brake fluid, a vacuum pump, and appropriate wrenches. Next, perform brake bleeding following the standard sequence. Start at the wheel farthest from the master cylinder, typically the rear right, then front right, front left, and rear left. Use a vacuum pump to draw fluid through the system while keeping the reservoir filled. For caliper replacement, remove the caliper from the bracket, compress the piston if necessary, and replace worn components like pads, pins, and boots. Refer to the exploded diagram to ensure correct assembly order. Be extremely careful with brake fluid. It can damage paint if spilled. Clean any spills immediately with soap and water. Monitor the brake fluid reservoir level constantly during bleeding to prevent air from entering the system. Properly dispose of used brake fluid according to local regulations at an auto parts store or recycling center. Finally, consult your Ram 1500 Rebel 2 service manual for specific torque specifications to ensure all fasteners are tightened correctly. After completing the brake service, you need to exit service mode to return the vehicle's systems to normal operation. For the manual method, simply cycle the ignition normally by turning the key to the off position and then back to on. If using an OBD2 scanner, connect the device and select the option to deactivate or exit service mode from the menu. Verify that the ABS and brake warning lights on the dashboard are turned off, indicating the system has returned to normal. Finally, perform a test drive to confirm that the brakes are functioning properly before regular use. Always double-check your work and ensure all connections are secure before completing the service. Loose connections can cause brake system failures or leaks. Improper service mode exit can lead to persistent warning lights on your dashboard, such as ABS or brake system indicators, requiring a diagnostic reset. If you're not comfortable performing brake work, seek professional assistance to avoid safety risks and potential vehicle damage. Stellantis recommends professional servicing to prevent warranty voids and ensure your vehicle receives expert care. For 2025 Plus models, over-the-air updates may introduce app-based toggles for easier service mode access, reducing the need for manual procedures.